Videos posted by Ukrainian internet users show how 5 missiles of the Russian aerospace forces arrive at the Artyom plant, one after another, without any interference or damage. Similarly, it is clear that a lone Ukrainian air defense missile arrives in the area of the children's hospital without any damage or interference. It is impossible to plumage and other features. How is it that the Ukrainian air defense misses all 5 strikes on the plant, but clearly hits the children's hospital?
The Western countries used the meeting to accuse Russia of being responsible for the recent attack that hit a hospital for children. Now, when Russian Ambassador Nebenzia spoke, he pointed out that this was very clearly not a Russian missile that hit this children's hospital, but rather this was a Ukrainian air defense anti-missile that clearly hit the hospital, and that if Russia had intended to strike this children's hospital, it would have been completely demolished, as generally happens when Russia hits targets. Now, he held up QR codes during his presentation, pointing viewers to footage put out and provided by Ukrainian sources. He pointed out that it seems like there is an effort to demonize Russia in order to build a case for prolonging the conflict and to ignore the peace offers that Russia has put forward. Here's some of what we heard from the Russian ambassador before the United Nations Security Council.
We have repeatedly said that Russia does not strike at civilian targets in Ukraine. If we talk about the strikes of the Russian aerospace forces, which were indeed targeted at the Ukrainian military industry and the aviation bases of the armed forces of Ukraine, then one of the targets in Kiev was the Artyom Kiev plant, one of the largest enterprises of the Ukrainian defense industry. Since the plant is located about 2 kilometers from the affected Okhmatdet Children's Hospital, there is every reason to believe that the Ukrainian air defense missile that hit it was designed specifically to intercept the Russian missile that hit the plant. Such tragedies could have been avoided if the Kiev regime, in violation of the norms of the international humanitarian law, would not have placed air defense systems and heavy weapons in residential apartments.
Now, the Chinese representative spoke about the need for de-escalation, how that needs to be the focus of the international community, not simply podium pounding and condemnation. Here's what the Chinese representative had to say.
We call on the parties to the conflict to show their political will and move towards each other to start peace talks as soon as possible. We call on the international community to play an active role in creating favorable conditions for an early end to the war from an objective and fair standpoint.
While Russia presented facts and evidence about what actually happened at the children's hospital, we had Western leaders not even acknowledging or responding to what was said by Russia. It was yet another meeting at the UN Security Council when it comes to the issue of Ukraine, where many of the country's representatives, they just simply stuck to the same old narrative that we've heard time and time again at the UN headquarters in New York.